All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Card Talk. I'm Ryan, joined as always by Tyler and Lou. A lot to get into in today's episode, but in case Tyler and Lou forgot, we are officially 5 weeks away from the National.
It's 5 now?
We're 5 weeks away. What were we last week?
6 weeks away.
No.
And next week we'll be 4 weeks away.
Oh my. Wow.
I mean, really busy news day, huh?
Really busy
going on.
news day.
Ryan, are you excited for the National?
Are you
Yes.
preparing for it?
Yeah, so that was kind of our you guys are gonna laugh, but like seriously, like that is kind of the thing now is it's what did we do today to prepare for the National? Every day. 100%. I'm
Right.
setting up, right? And we're bringing a bunch of stuff to sell and a lot of different things. So preparing
Proper
now.
Preparation prevents poor performance. It's right. Are you bringing that hoodie to National? Are you giving it a test run right now?
Not sure. Not sure we'll be bringing
think-
this one.
Some 77 Star Wars. What did, like, you get home at night and you're like, all right, what did I do today that made the National a better experience for me in 5 weeks?
No, so Reg was in my wife was in Nashville for a bachelorette party last weekend. So I went through like all of the extra
So you just
inventory
had the time to really get prepped.
prepped.
Love
Yep.
that.
So I
you
went through-
grease your storage case, like just
No,
to make sure.
didn't get the wheels. Nah, nothing like that.
Yeah.
But I've got all this like just random like rookies, inserts, parallels, cheaper autos and jerseys that I'd just been sitting on for so long. And I went through 19 4-row boxes. Just hey, these are rookies and inserts. This is all stuff we're taking. And so then what we do is we take it to the shop, get sorted, then we price it. But every day, if we can sort 3 4-row boxes by sport, then we can break down sport by, price figure 1s, 2s, 5s, 10s, right? And then you can continue to progress. Then once you get it separated, you sleeve it, and then we're one step closer to, being ready to go.
Well, look, you got 35 days, so it's it's coming up. It's coming up fast. Lou,
Yeah, you got 5 weeks.
Yeah,
But
no, I mean,
but again, keep in mind, we can get into a little bit on like what's on your mind. Show season's here,
Yeah, there's less weeks than more weeks until the National for sure.
right?
you're not wrong. Like, we're closer to it than not close.
Planning on going to the Causeway show in Boston, TD Garden.
Are
10th
you?
10th and the 11th.
I was going to go to that show.
Yeah, 10th and the 11th.
Huh.
I don't do Boston, so
Great
yeah,
city.
10th and 11th. It is great. I love it. And then we've got Dallas and
Great
Atlanta the next weekend.
Yep.
yeah, great cities,
Right.
both of them.
4 days right there, right? Thursday, Friday in Dallas probably, or Saturday, Sunday in Atlanta. Then you come back and you got a week. Then I leave Monday.
Mm-hmm.
So there's not a lot of time.
Tomorrow.
Exactly.
Yeah, like you might as well like pack your bags.
It's more or less like
you
we
started
counted out
packing?
we counted out the Clippers and Lou's like, no, they're in. And it's like,
Lou, you did say. Lou said,
we're like, the
no,
Clippers.
Lou's like, we're pretty much looking at the Clippers.
Yeah, we're pretty much looking at sure
Like,
enough.
they're down 2-1. Kawhi has half a leg.
Sure enough. 3 in a row.
Get Silver on the line. Something smells fishy.
But they're finished now.
Oh yeah, they're super finished.
Suns in 4.
I mean, literally, the Suns had to put out a post yesterday because now everyone's just beating each other up in the valley.
There's no one I love more than Devin Booker, especially for being like, I need this man's info. But he definitely sparked something that he didn't realize that he was sparking at the time.
Is it the first guy knocks a dude out of the game
That gets
and
encouraged.
applauded for?
To be fair, that guy definitely did the right thing according to like all the information. But there's now going to be dopes who start doing stupid stuff.
It's a crazy situation to be the good guy for knocking someone out.
Yeah.
It's kind of a cool position to be in. Feels
Yeah.
invincible.
Yeah.
All right. So show season was on my mind. Ty, Lou, what are you guys thinking about today?
There's a lot on my mind. There's really
grab
a
my
lot on
coffee
my
one
mind. I got a full mind. Lou's now 7 minutes. First thing on my mind is we're 7 minutes into the show. If that, Lou's already turned his camera off twice. Meanwhile, the comments are just always filled about how he doesn't pay attention. And
I heard every word you just said. I hear everything. I was getting my coffee so I could be functional on the show.
listen, so it would have been enjoyable to watch you walk over, check out the houseplant, grab the coffee, and come back. But you
No,
gotta kill
now,
it,
and now you woke up the cat. Now the cat's yelling, and now I'm yelling. See what happens?
Well, I have a rant to go on, and Zip needs to listen to it. So here we go. What's on my mind is I just moved in back into the city. And I have been traveling a lot. There's a lot going on back home in Jersey, and it's currently 10:06 on the East Coast. Verizon shows up with a Wi-Fi at noon. I'm in the office recording right now, so it's kind of I'm on neutral turf. It's like a neutral game for me right now. It's not a home game. But the point I'm trying to get to and make is that I have so much mail to open at my house, mainly the 137 cards, because I was in this transition period for the last 3-4 weeks. I just couldn't pull it off, but I have a massive live upcoming with a ton of 137 unboxing. And so I want to appreciate everyone's patience because that is about to kick off tomorrow. We're doing a little show goes live, recap the show, IG live, open a ton of stuff, as well as my Levi's stuff that I picked up, Rashford Osaka, what's her name? Haley Biebs, because that stuff's hitting on eBay. And I also wanted to apologize because in the same vein, I've been slow in shipping out the Prism basketball break that we did for free giveaways. And people are upset about it, and I respect it. But I'm working on it. I'm busy running a little bit of 137pm.com. So tomorrow is my world's greatest IG live. And so, I just laid all the excuses out on the table. And I also missed a penalty kick in a 0-0 game last night, my first game back on the pitch. And I'm gutted. Absolutely gutted.
Are intramural sports back?
Back. The most back. More back
That's
than
exciting.
some might say they were. Yeah. Competition
That's
matters.
exciting.
Yeah. But I'm pissed.
I'm happy about that.
I sailed it. I sailed it over the crossbar.
Yeah, well, it's classic Christian Pulisic type stuff.
I mean, he buries it. It was more like a, Gareth Bale, but we'll get there. And the other thing on my mind is that the Danish national team is arguably the greatest sports story in the last 15 years.
Okay. I'm gonna be telling my grandkids about the Danish team in Euro 2021.
You might be.
Yeah, no, I will be.
You might be.
Yeah, no, that's what I said. What's on my mind is I tried to watch some hockey last night for the first time in a really long time. I'm expanding my horizons, and I immediately opened to an 8-0 Islanders defeat.
The Islanders lost 8-0 last night.
8-0 last night.
Oh my god!
Where are they at in the series?
They're now down 3-2.
Yeah,
they're now down.
This guy on the footy pitch last night was lambasting about how the Islanders are lifting the cup. Oh my god!
They've been playing pretty well. They've been playing pretty well, and now they just got smoked
until they ran into the USSR last night.
Yeah, they ran into the 1980 USSR team.
Lightning are defending champs, right?
Yeah. Yes, they are. I'll go out on a limb on that one. They are.
Yeah, you can wear that one if you're wrong, because I have no clue.
I'm 92% sure that they are.
That's less than I wanted.
More than
So
85.
I was thinking about it in a card sense, and I could definitely see where the hockey fans are like, why don't more people like our cards, right? But I do think it's like the NBA on a zillion right now, where like no one cares about regular season hockey. Like no one cares about it. So it's hard to get people fired up. It's hard to get people fired up about that throughout the season and keep the interest high. That was my observation.
I'm gonna be real. Between F1 and proper football, like hockey's taking a beating. The rise of tennis. People are paying attention.
I wonder how many people watched the hockey game last night versus watched F1 last weekend. I would imagine that hockey's more, but it's probably closer than we think.
F1 is huge. And just wait till the Tour de France comes around.
France.
So, yeah, that's what's on my mind. But I'm excited for all that lies ahead. I have all my cards in the city, so I can start doing some more card content, start doing some buying, some selling. Purple, I missed the train. There's a purple Booker Prism on eBay that the dude just keeps jacking the prices up. And another thing that's on my mind is I went soft. I was negotiating with a dude on a WADA 8.5 Pokemon Blue. And just Just couldn't get it to where I pulled the trigger, and it's probably a regretful decision. But that's life.
Yeah, I did that on eBay the other day. I tweeted about it too. Had a card I wanted, didn't bid enough. I thought it was going to be enough. I was like, there's no way this card goes for this. And then I'm thinking about it. I'm like, I should have totally paid more on this. And you just instant regret. Instant regret.
You're a little bit more active on Twitter nowadays.
Yeah, a little bit more. I try to be a little. Yeah, I enjoy it.
Nice. Respect. All right. Should I take Rye? You wanted to take the day off a little bit. I'll steal your transition. We're gonna kick off this new segment. It might be a one-time segment, might be a one-off, as I might call it. It's called eBay Chatter, or Let's Play on eBay. And so I'm gonna share my screen here. We're gonna have to be overtly descriptive, guys. Remember, when we're talking, because some people listen, they don't watch. So we got to be overtly descriptive.
Right.
So let me see. Let me do the old
I
share
got
screen
this.
trick. The oldest trick in the book.
So Tyler is now opening up eBay.com,
Mm-hmm.
and he's going to share his screen. Ryan, I got this.
You see it?
Yep. Not yet. I don't see it yet. Neither do the listeners.
Oh, you got to bring it in. Where's the producer on that one? Jay. All right, here we go.
Wait, so just to pause Tyler for a second, if you look on his screen right now, he has 5 notifications, which is very, very interesting. And there's a lot of video games in his recently viewed. So for the listeners, I want you to know Tyler is heavily into video games.
I'm big on video games right now. Yeah. Bomberman feels like a buy.
Interesting.
GoldenEye also does. And then the greatest rainbow of cards of all time, Devin Booker. But so what we're going to do here is we're going to do just a little classic, eBay search followed by some chatter. And we're going to go around. People are going to throw thoughts out. Lou, what am I looking up?
Oh, you want me to look? Me to
yeah, just give me a search.
Let's do. I know a good one. Wander Franco Auto.
Wander Franco Auto. So talk to me. Big call up this week. Am I doing Wander Franco? You want
Don't PSA do PSA because the point I'm going to get to is that there aren't a lot of PSA 10s of this card.
Okay.
Of his. Sorry, I should have done Wander Franco first, but that's okay.
That's okay. We can do Wander Franco.
Wander got called up. Wander got called up yesterday, I believe.
Number one
of the hottest prospects. Yes, number one prospect, one of the hottest prospects in a long time. I'm very, very excited to see him get some at-bats. I actually weirdly, just in my brain of knowing baseball, and I think there's been like a weird reaction to a couple guys who have come up and not hit so well, i.e. Joe Adell or Jared Kelenic. I weirdly want Wander to struggle a little bit, and I want to see how people react to that so they can like get their head around the fact that not everyone comes up and hits 1,000 home runs the minute they get up.
It's a fair point. So what are we looking through here? I'm doing a little
lots of sales in the last day. I'm actually surprised by that. Right.
I mean, these baseball people and prospects. If there's one thing I know, you don't come across an individual that likes baseball and likes prospects.
You don't come across those people?
No. Meaning you don't cross them is what I mean.
Oh, I understand.
Like, you know what I mean? Like you got to respect the game.
Right.
And so when Wander gets called up, I get it. People act. This what are we looking at here?
So Bowman's Best is that there's a few different releases throughout the year. I've always thought of Bowman's Best as like not that interesting of a product for me to buy.
Okay.
But obviously I was wrong if a blue auto out of 150 is doing 500 for a PSA 10. So
yep.
That's his best offer accepted, though. I would assume that did more because if you look, there's a PSA 10 base auto above it.
That's his best offer. When do they do the cross off? When do they not do the cross off?
So that's a start. So cross off is when it's put up for a buy it now or best offer. The $500 one says one bid. It was put up at $500 with best offers being accepted. So they were intending to put it at an auction. And then they're like, hey, we'll take an offer if somebody wants to end it early. That's where the one bid comes in. Because if you look right here, there's a 685.87 for a Wander Franco Bowman's Best PSA 10 base auto that sold the same day. So I can't imagine the blue auto sold for less than a base PSA 10 did.
That's a great point. The more you know. What is the card? What is the
Bowman
auto?
first? I would do it's 2019 Bowman baseball, I believe. So just do 2019 Wander Franco auto.
Okay.
See what comes up.
Yeah. Okay. It's this bad boy.
Actually, try to type in first. Go up to the type.
first like that.
Yeah, like that. That's fine. See
First
what comes
Bowman
up.
Chrome auto right there.
Yes, that's the one. So that one
All
right
right.
there, that's a PSA 9.
Looks like he's coming around second, heading to
Yeah.
third. On a
Potentially.
little trot.
Yeah. So
Okay.
the thing I wanted to get at here was I believe the PSA 10 pop is like in the 300 range for this. Maybe no, 100 something for this. It's very, very low, and it also spoke to me to like a lot of these autos, these Bowman autos we're going to Beckett. So getting a PSA 10 is pretty hard to come by.
Right here. This is the base, right?
Mhm.
June 16th, which might have been a little bit before call up.
Yes. I got called up yesterday.
1900.
So yeah, I was trying to buy one in Dallas, a 9.5 for like $3,000, I believe.
And what's Wander's game? Just bombs all day?
Yeah, he's like a professional hitter, is how I would describe him.
Nice. All right. Mr. Johnson, swing me a search term. What do we got?
I want to search super generic because I want to see the overall market. So
Yep.
I'm just searching PSA 10.
Oh, legend. PSA 10. So we're
Let's
just
just start at the
search
base and
eBay.
let's just start at the generic and let's just see what's selling.
Yep. And we're unsold. So this is literally the last, not shocking. The last PSA 10 thing sold on eBay is a lot of 10 Michael Jordan cards, NBA Hoops, Fleer, All-Star Playground. I thought they did. They see people still know how to sneak in the PSA 10 9 question mark.
Yeah, that should be banned.
It is
All right.
banned. But
Let's see what else we got.
Let's scroll. Little Teddy Bridge over the head. Otani. Jay, can you do me a favor? There's got to be clips preseason, like in the last 8 months, where I was like, Otani's the guy. I see it. I sense it. Spidey senses. Oh, a little 137. 97 hoops, Kobe. I'm going to keep scrolling. I'm going to pick up the scroll speed.
LeBron.
Tell me if you want me to
LeBron
stop.
Great.
Tavares Jackson.
What?
A Tavares Jackson sale.
Yeah, Tavares Jackson. Someone clearly was a Vikings fan or something. Oh, Melvin Gordon. We're going to stop in a second and just gather some insights.
Oh, wait.
Okay.
That's one that's definitely down.
Jimmy Butt.
Jimmy Butler, PS 10. 300 oboe.
Yeah, that's pretty low.
That's
2012.
It's pretty low.
I mean, he's kind of an irrelevant
Like
player at this
so
point.
like hold on. Ty, keep scrolling. Let's see.
Yep, I'm scrolling.
All right.
This Babe card's kind of cool.
Keep going. Sorry.
Rui.
All right, so let's start right here. This is perfect. All right, so this is a question I'm curious about, right? I've been thinking about this a lot. PSA mentioned they're gonna, I saw Nat was I think it was an interview he did, or it was a quote. I don't remember what it was, but he mentioned like we want to grade cheaper cards again.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think I'm curious about this in terms of like the market when PSA opens back up, because that's supposed to be July 1st. That's 9 days from now. We're recording this on the 22nd, and you see a Ja Morant Chronicles rookie PSA 10 do 85 or best offer, right? Like, are we getting the days back when PSA is grading cards for $15 for 6 months? Or are you expecting a $50 price? Because if that is, like, are we going to see these types of cards getting graded again by PSA?
I'm not sure. What
You know what I mean?
I'll be
'Cause, like,
frank with you, what is on my mind is CSG.
Definitely not.
Or SGC, lower tier grades, because there's definitely what we're not going to do. People want the cards in the holders.
Agreed.
That they want it in something over it being raw. Is PSA going to be able to put out low cost grading at the volume that people are going to want? I'm not sure. And
With
PSA
a
want
quick
to
enough
do that?
turnaround.
That's what I mean. To do it, the volume at a speed that isn't 8 months, because if you are one of these up and comers, I think you don't touch the high end stuff, and you just go low end, and pretty much your business model is just slab these cards so that they are in the holder for the volume market.
Yeah, and that was my argument when we talked originally when PSA shut down the first time someone's not going to pull a LaMelo Ball Prism and say, hey, I'm not going to grade this at all, right? Some people are going to spend the plus $100 and get it graded by PSA. But you can see with the John Morant, Chronicles PSA 10 Flux, like if somebody wants that card graded, I'll be curious to see if PSA is going to be an option for that, or if that's still going to remain like an SGC type play. Like I said, I think there's value in certain cards getting graded that low because people do want like Tyler said, people want their card slab. So I think it'll be interesting to see what happens the next, 10 days or 2 weeks or 5 weeks leading up to the National.
I can't foresee a scenario where PSA turns down money, so they will have an option for that.
But if that option puts you back in the same boat you're in right now, where you're shut down for 3 months what's it been? It's been 3 months, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're shut down for 3 months. The only thing you're taking is $300+. That can't be a profitable business model.
I think. Well, they're not taking it now, so it won't be the same position. You'll be able to send it there, I think is what I'm getting at.
Agreed, until you get so many cards you shut down again, no?
I would, as I've said from the beginning, I would hope that they have spent some time putting thought and action against building out their logistics and like their back end to be able to handle that type of volume. In the same way that SGC did, right? Like I was the number one, like SGC is going to get flooded and they're going to shut down again, and I was wrong about that. So clearly they did something to build up their back end to be capable of handling a volume, because they're definitely getting a lot of cards.
At some point there's a certain number of cards that no matter what PSA can't handle in a day.
Sure, but I don't know if we're at a place like I don't know who's sending in that John Morant. I don't think who's getting. I don't know who's.
I think if we're talking about that John Morant at 8, I don't even know. So it's a 2019-2020 Panini Chronicles John Morant Flux. I'm not sure what.
Yeah, some Chronicles.
So,
my argument is that you're going to
grade $84. What I'm trying to say is, I'd rather personally, and this is a newer stance for me, Rye, you're going to probably bury me, but rather than wait the time and spend the PSA prime money to get a card that's valued at probably $75 when I either pulled it out of a pack or paid probably $25 for it. I just want it in plastic so that I can sell it. And PSA is probably not the viable option based on where the market is for that card. So
my argument isn't going to be like, and it's not even about grading that card, whether it's with SGC, Beckett, PSA, it's not any of the companies. My argument is like that card is past, right? John Morant's not the hottest thing in the market, but when Trevor Lawrence comes out, and Trevor Lawrence has rookies in called Collegiate Mosaic that comes out soon, or has a Spectra patch auto from Chronicles Draft Picks, or has a elite, rookie out of $7.99. Somebody's gonna grade that card. Right? Mm-hmm. It may not sell for that much money a year from now, no different than that Jaw sold for probably $200 a year ago, right? Somebody's still going to want it graded. The option to grade is still going to be what people want to do on their newer stuff. So I don't think people are going to want to go away from grading, but the question is going to be, can PSA grade a card for $30 in less than, like, what's the time period where like, hey, I would send it to PSA versus, SGC.
That's the trade-off.
Right? SGC is $30, 2 weeks. What's PSA going to be at for $30?
Lou's driving across country to PSA, showing up, pitching a tent, sleeping in the lobby for 6.5 weeks to bring home his Tyler Hero base rookies.
100%.
I just know him.
I'll pick up Tyler's Michael Porter Jr. while I'm there. I think that what also could be interesting, Rye, is if there's this is not PSA's job, but it's almost like it's going to force people to start getting more wider lens with what they're buying, right? And what they're sending in. Because if let's say there's no timeline, right? And I understand what you're saying, like you're gonna want a maximum 8-week timeline to get your cards back for $30 and blah blah blah. If they were like, hey, it's $30, but you might get it back in 3 months, you might get it back in 9 months, you might get it back in 10 months. It depends on how packed we're gonna be, right? What does that do then for people sending in their cards? Are they going to be quote unquote smarter or more judicious about what they're sending in? Or are they still just going to send in everything when you don't know what's going to happen?
Yeah. And I, like I said, I think the big thing is where's PSA's price point going to be, right? A year ago, there was a $12 option. At $12, you'd send in a lot of things and not care when they came back. Because if you pulled that jaw out of a pack that was $20 and you pulled, Chronicles was loaded with rookies and you pick the best 3 and you send them in and you get 2 10s and a 9, you're getting $70 for the 10s and you're getting $40 for the 9, right? That's $180 on a pack. You have $20 in and $36 to grade. So you're at 56 for 180. That's 3x on your money in 8 months. And you just, you continuously send a couple cards in, you get them back, and then you move them. But then everybody does it, and the market gets flooded. So,
are you guys buying Conor McGregor?
I have a couple.
UFC Prism Color. Conor McGregor is. We talked about this pre-show. I don't like doing this. That is one of the single best things you can buy, in my opinion. Interesting. Color UFC is extremely good.
So he's playing. What's his name?
He's fighting Dustin July 10th.
Okay, can we talk about Devin Booker market up for a second? Because I see a $1,100 sale on a 2015 Panini Prism Devin Booker.
Yeah, he's going to the finals,
and that's up. That's definitely up. That's up from like
$1,100 Obo.
Not strike though. That's sold at that number.
No way.
What you mean? Well, Obo, it would strike through at that number. What are you talking about?
Watch.
Educate me, unless I'm uneducated. Why that would not be?
I don't even look at the stripes. I just assume if it says best offer, it definitely sold for an offer.
I don't think that's how it works.
I don't think so either. I don't think that's how that works either.
Then maybe I'm getting educated.
Yep, I think you are.
Ty, last 3 sales. You're right on that. I was wrong. $10.99, $1,100, $1,375 at bids, $1,050 at bids.
$1,375 at bids. Someone was excited. $1,100. Oh, here's a little hockey.
$925.
Devin Booker.
$1,525 at bids on Sunday.
So, question.
That's insane.
This is a fun, quick topic of combo. The difference in why Trey. I have my answer now. Just hit me. Trey down, Booker up. Some might say Trey has overperformed and Booker's doing what was somewhat expected. Am I wrong with that take?
Trey has already overperformed.
Trey has overperformed in the playoffs, and I feel like it would impact his card market healthy. And I feel like Booker.
You mean narrative-wise?
Narrative-wise.
One more time, Ty.
I don't think so, but keep going. I know what you're saying. Keep going.
I'm saying this far into the playoffs, who has been more surprising, Trey or Booker?
See, I think Trey's been more surprising of the two.
Agreed.
Yet Trey's card market is trending slightly down based on the combo we had, and Booker.
But I also think
healthy up.
Yeah, but it also goes back to supply and demand.
That's what was on my head.
There's a ton of Trey stuff. There's way
not,
more Trey stuff than there's
really like the 20. I'm trying to think who the 2016 class is, but
2016 basketball. Your boy Ben Simmons, Pascal Siakam, Brandon Ingram, Buddy Hield.
It's pretty much why you don't hear about any of those cards ever, other than maybe Brandon Ingram. But
Siakam was hot for a
mentioned
minute.
for 10 days. Yeah, Siakam was a flash in the pan playoff run. But
is Siakam better than Ben Simmons?
They're both fairly irrelevant in the grand scheme of things.
I see. I don't think the Raptors were trading Pascal Siakam for Ben Simmons.
The Philly fans were burning my guy Ben Simmons jerseys.
See, that's just disrespectful.
Burning.
If you're a fan, you don't do that. But
I think you do.
It's population. It's population, right? It's supply. Base 2018, 1920 stuff. The supply is just crazy comparatively to really 2015 down. Right?
No, 100%.
I think that's looking at Booker and Trey right now based on their performances speaks to it. You want to do one last little random search here? What do we got?
What are you thinking?
What do we got?
I would I don't think Ryan's aware of where F1 actually stands money-wise.
Okay.
Dollars and cents wise.
How do you feel about that? Are we going to do a little quick F1 search?
Yeah, just I'm so big on stick to what you know. I don't know anything about
I respect
F1.
the take.
I don't watch it. Like,
Can I
know
get you to
nothing
watch the
about-
Netflix show? I just want you to watch it because I want you to watch it because we're friends.
Yeah,
I don't
maybe
even
I'll,
care about the cards
I'll
aspect.
watch it. It's just like
I just want you to get into it with me.
I think we should bring this up here, right? Because we talk a lot about F1 on here, but like I think we should also have a disclaimer that like you should also do your research and not
Yes.
just take somebody's opinion that says like, hey, and this isn't anything against Lou. This is anybody in general. Like, hey, I think this guy's a good buy. This guy's a good buy. This guy's
I'm
a
the
good
number
buy.
one proponent of this.
That's how people get smoked. That's how you lose money, right? Is you just hear somebody like you have no idea what their credentials are. You have no idea like what they're watching or what they know or what their intentions are. Like if you're not doing your research and you're not taking the time to look it up, that's how you get smoked on some of these cards.
I agree.
Only you
I agree
can spend your
wholeheartedly.
money. This
What time?
sold today. I said only you can spend your money. This card sold today. Oh my goodness.
What card?
Is it on the screen?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Scroll down.
The card title is a 2018 Donruss Explosion Optic Gold. Ty, can you get rid of it?
Yep.
It's an Optic Gold Mbappe PSA 10 sold for 6,500 oboe.
The classic.
Oh,
I wonder what it actually sold for.
We can find that. Yeah, check that out real quick. But no, just personally, I'm a huge fan of this insert, and I have
You
I
think
have
that's
this
low or
conscious
high?
silver. Off the top of my head, I'm not sure. I mean, I don't know. Like it could be 4,000 or it could be 6,200. So I can't make that.
You want to
call
take a guess what it sold for?
My guess what it sold for 3,800.
Any
And
guess?
45, 40, 47 final answer.
I was going to say 51.
47.
33.25.
Really? So this guy decided to
What
listen
did I
for
say,
super
Bernie?
high.
33.25 on the gold.
Yep.
I had no
I think
concept
it's a good play. I think it's a good buy. I think it's a good buy. I like this insert personally, but that's I like this card as a collector. I like this insert. That's it. It's pretty much mine.
All right, let's move on. That was a fun
Yep.
little eBay search, just seeing what the market's doing right now and chatting. But let's get into play of the week. Again, play of the week is brought to you by eBay, your number one stop for all things cards and collectibles. And again, if you are new here, this is a little segment we do where Jason, the producer, fields plays from you, the listeners. And Tyler, Lou, and I have not seen them prior to the show. So we will flip through them and we'll talk about them as we see them live. So again, we have no prior knowledge to these, and then we will pick a winner.
And I just want to quickly, there was a single comment. I'm a big YouTube comment guy. There was a single comment last episode. Someone said we were packing it in. Someone said we were packing in play of the week. And so there's a big 10 minutes for the show right now. Focus up.
Speaks volumes to our producers. Set us up for success.
All right, so this is from JP3 Cards on IG. It says, purchased this lot of 4 Tom Brady first-year Bucks Spectre cards back in December for $100. I thought these had decent potential, especially if the Bucks made a run, and of course they did. I do collect Brady, but never intended to keep these long-term. Brady stuff continues to trend upward, even in the current market, so I figured the time was right. Sold 3 of the cards this past weekend from the exact lot for $675. The best part is the last card remaining from that lot happens to be the most expensive one. I know we don't count things until they sell, but overall can't complain, and we'll put the money back into personally more desirable Brady's. All right, so it says the auction he bought was a Tom Brady 2020 Prism Spectra lot. That's all it says. And you can see he sold a neon blue, a black Prism at a 99, a black silver Prism, I think that's what it says, and then a Spectra Hyper at a 25. So I'm going to assume the one he had would have been like at a 10 or 15. I can't quite tell. It might be a pink die cut maybe.
Well,
Hard
the
to say.
other, he didn't sell the top right?
I'm not sure.
Which is a different, looks like
Either
a
way.
variation.
Either way, I like the play because it's Brady, and Brady's just, safe. They're also serial numbered, so rarity.
Mm-hmm.
Right? There's limited production of those.
I'm going to be real, buying lots. OG Ryan Johnson early card talk plays.
That's where it's at.
Each week, these play of the weeks come up, and there's been a lot of plays of, hey, bought this lot, 5 cards, 6 cards, broke even on selling half, and now I'm playing with table, house money. I got to think about it more.
I like this as a, hey, I made $500 and I still have a card left. Not I'm breaking even and like they may go to zero. I like this as I made 500 real dollars.
Yeah.
Now I have an extra card. So even if the Brady goes to $0, I still made 500.
I also really love it because it's like, hey, I'm a Brady collector. I flipped these 3 Bradys so I can get better Bradys. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed.
Mm-hmm. I feel like his logo even has Brady vibes to it. JP3.
It is a little TB12ish,
right?
Yeah, it's a little blue and yellow. Not really a fan of that.
I mean, Michigan man, Tom Brady.
Didn't do much in Michigan. More of a Patriots man.
Nobody's done much in Michigan, right?
Yeah, that's not
Let's
really
be
saying
real.
a whole lot.
you're not wrong.
Don't be
I
college.
mean, they praise
the
him
way
there
it is.
like he won 5 Heismans and 8 national championships. My man
The
didn't
most
do nothing.
overrated coach of all time.
To be fair, though, right? You're like obsessed with Joe Burrow, and that guy never played for Ohio State. Like,
It's.
I didn't say
true.
Joe Burrow at Ohio State.
yeah, but you buy Joe Burrow at Ohio State stuff.
Oh,
He's
sure, I
not
think
an
it's, I
Ohio
think
State
it's
guy.
cool. It's unique. There's a lot less of it.
You
than
got caught
people-
again. Let's move on.
Come on, brother. All right. So this is from Soggy Mongoose Cards. It says, not a crazy make a play, but I bought a raw KD auto on 226 for 164. Got it graded with SUC through Ryan. It came back an SUC 9.5 with 10 auto. Sold it for 500 on 616. I'll
stuff.
include screenshots below.
Nice.
Can I make 2 quick comments?
Yeah.
My first comment is not about the card, it's about the message and Instagram in general. The Instagram thing where like if you send a photo in the chat, you can't open it up more than once is the most annoying.
But you can
Sure.
send it and do save in chat.
I know, like that's like the way to do it. Everyone needs to start doing it that
We
way.
just got to teach people how to do that.
Yeah.
Like
Education.
an IG
Make a
live
little
tutorial.
Yeah.
I can't stand when someone sends me a card and I can only look at it one time. It makes me crazy. Anyway,
Yes.
Jay,
Um,
sounds like a clip that needs to be made.
My other-
Educating how to send photos on DM.
Done.
my other question is, Rye, how do you feel about the auto grades? I'm not a big auto grade guy. Unless it's like a clear example of you need it because it's not going to be a 10.
Yeah, mixed on it, like because I don't think I think a lot of people send stuff to like PSA because they don't grade to hide the auto grade, right? So like a popular example is like the Steph Curry 2009 contenders. A
Yes.
lot of those autos are trash. A lot of them. So you send them to PSA and get a PSA 10 contenders, which is a hard card to grade. It's not a high pop anyways, but you get a PSA 10 and it's like, well, this is a 8 auto. Right. So like if I like it in the case you get a LeBron SP Authentic rookie auto and it grades a 9, but it's got a nice big bold auto on it and you can add a 10 to it. So I think it's a case by case thing. Sometimes it's needed, sometimes it's not.
Yeah, I guess I haven't been buying enough autos to where like that becomes a valuable use.
I don't think it can hurt it though if it has a perfect 10 auto grade. Like I don't think that's a bad thing to have.
I agree.
Right? It's better to need it and not, or it's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it.
It's a great lesson for life.
It is.
And in
Stay
cards.
prepared.
Anyway, it's a good job by Soggy Mongoose.
I also, Jay, I see what you did there with the screenshot. Soggy Mongoose Cards is my YouTube channel. Give him a little extra love. That's a good job by you. It's a little producer touch. I respect it.
Yeah. Sent him the Cash App. He sent you the money.
Yeah. It's his backroom deals all day.
All right, so the third one is from cardboard_chasers. This says, below is my submission for play of the week. After leaving the Philly show disappointed a few Saturdays ago, I decided to grind some eBay auctions. I managed to snag this select field level tricolor Justin Herbert at a 75 PSA 8 for $184.18 with tax and shipping. I flipped it this past Saturday for $540. After fees and shipping, I made roughly $290 in profit. My thought behind this play was buy the card, not the grade. Raw version sold for $600 to $700 consistently. I know this card has room to grow in the next month or two alone, but I decided to take my profit and keep flipping. I figure I can reinvest and make enough money that in the next month or two I could buy a higher graded version of the card if I really wanted to. That's pretty good.
I'm feeling great about my orange select right now. Let me tell you.
There's so much
So
here.
Jay
One,
points out something here that is a good point. Is the original listing does not mention PSA.
Well, because I'd argue PSA 8 is like a negative to put in auction. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but if a raw, so there's got to be more to this listing though, because if raws sell for $600 to $700, agreed. PSA 8 less than raw on this card, right? We can all agree on that.
Yes.
He got less than raw. He got 540. Why the hell did it sell for $169?
He
That's
also
beyond
sold it
cheap.
3 days later.
He sold it the same. What is with these people who get these
that's
cards?
incorrect, by the way, Jay. He said he sold it on Saturday and it was delivered on Thursday.
He sold. It says delivered June 17th and then sold
Up
June
top.
18th.
Yeah,
Says
if you
delivered
look
on
on- if you
Thursday,
look
June
on here-
17th.
All right,
It
so he
says
sold the
delivered-
next day.
Yeah, he sold it next day. That's pretty good.
Thursday to
I
Saturday.
don't get these people who sell these cards like 24 hours after they get
Look,
them.
he said
I don't get
it was
how
a
people
tough show
buy
in Philly.
them.
He had to go home and grind. Grinded it out.
Did you just hear Ryan?
Why people buy them?
I'm like, you can clearly look this card up and see it on eBay. It sold for 500. It sold for $170. You're buying it 3 days later, or 4 days after he sold it originally for 3x the price.
I think it's a phenomenal play. I just don't
Agreed.
understand how it. Number one, it sold for 170. Number two, how he sold it 24 hours after he got it for triple, almost triple.
Listen, the buyer is right. R. Kilson 06.
Yeah,
Feel
our
like we've
Kilson
been
knows.
needing mine for
By
a
the way,
second.
like I think it's a good buy too. That's the funny part.
Like I think
the PSA 10 do?
A lot.
yeah, probably without looking, probably 2K,
Yeah, a lot.
1750 2K probably. It's a
A
big
lot.
card. The field level's that's a monster
And
card.
it's a numbered card, right? So like the lower PSA value actually is halfway decent.
Respect. We've talked a lot. We actually had a specific segment where we
And I
talked
think that's
about
one of the things that
the
is going to
new
be hot
PSA
national
9 is PSA 8.
What's gonna be higher than national? Talk to me, right?
QB stuff.
I agree.
That's what people are going to want. People are going to want any and all QBs that are, anybody from 2016 on, because you're probably looking at even borderline Dak and some of those guys. 17 is going to have Mahomes. Then you're going to have 18 with Baker or Lamar, Josh Allen. Then you're going to get a Kyler, and you just, I think that stuff's going to be what
I
people
might
want.
start stacking Baker.
I'm
Baker.
heavily interested in buying QBs.
So
I'm a
good
Baker
play.
guy. Baker's dozen. Let's keep
Jay,
it
what's the
moving.
next one?
Good job, cardboard chasers.
All right,
Yeah.
so this one is slabs.to. It says, back in February, I bought a Chris Paul Topps Chrome rookie that looked in very good condition for $125. I sent it into PSA on an express submission and ended up getting it back on June 14th. I put it on eBay and ended up getting a buyer at $12.13 US dollars. The $1,500 in the photo is Canadian dollars. After the PSA fee, I was all into the card at $245. Maybe it couldn't have gotten more if he comes back and plays in the finals, but definitely very happy making just under $1,000 profit on minimal risk.
A very good job to buy a raw card from 2005 and it tens. That's a very good job.
Yeah, and I think that's the big thing here. That's awesome, right? That's just also not super easy to do. So I'm glad it worked out. That's a tough play to make because that's a
I'd also guess that Slabs was grinding eBay because Topps Chrome Chris Paul rookie is going to be really low on the search results. That's not showing up high on the results, if I had to guess. There's no year in that. Like, that's a very basic looking auction.
Yeah, you got to really be looking, knowing what you're looking.
Yeah.
You got to be looking because that's a generic auction.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's on page 5 of the Chris Paul rookies.
We're 3, maybe 4 plays in here. And the general sentiment, and we joke around because I think that we have a pat on the back. I think we have a good perspective about this overall hobby. And obviously, Ryan and your long-term involvement and really knowing the ins and outs of it helps us. But we've got 3 plays that have pretty much taken place in the last couple weeks. I mean, my man's bought it in February and netting cash. And not that many people are submitting plays to us. Like, the hobby is active. There is demand and people are making plays. And so Trae Young base, because there's 20,000 of them, may be down a bit, but there's action to be had. And I'm pumped about it.
I remain firm that the majority of the reason why people are quote unquote freaking out is because they're trying to do the same thing they were doing for the last year and a half. And that's too bad that you can't do the exact same thing anymore. And that's what I think about that.
Toys R Us went out of business too.
Next.
All right, this is from James Canna Cards.
What was that?
Can of card.
It says Footy Player of the Week for Euros. Arsenal is my favorite Premier League club, and following the team, it was clear that the teenager Bukayo Saka was a special talent, although he wasn't receiving the hype like Greenwood and others. I bought a lot of 10 of his extremely rare rookie Panini stickers last fall from the UK for $12 each. I resold 4. I didn't think I could grade 9 or 10 for 10 to 15 bucks. I sent the remaining 6 in 2 submissions of 3 each, 1 economy, 1 bulk sub. My plan was to capitalize on Euro hype and low pop for the economy ones and hold the bulk for a longer term. I just got the economy back and sold them for around $1,300 after fees, grading, shipping cost. Already up 10x with 3 still to come.
I just want to fist pump when I hear stories like this.
This is good work.
Ty?
This is I mean, first, James, tough scenes as a Gunner fan. I mean, you got a long road
Gunners,
ahead.
right?
Yeah. Saka, real talent. Real talent. UK stickers, real plays to be made. Real plays to be made. My man brings in a bunch, does a self-evaluation, unloads a couple raw, and then not only does he get turned to grading, he goes with the dual grading system, make sure he gets different eyeballs on him. Veteran Rye Johnson play.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, respect. Super respect. And let's see, Arsenal, when did he buy them? September? I mean, Saka was on the map in September. Plays to be made.
I like it.
I also like his thing, can of cards, because I just can of corn.
All right, Jay, is that it? Yep.
Interesting.
It's down to 2 for me.
Wow.
Honestly,
this might be the toughest one.
Scroll through one more time, Jay.
Yeah, we just need one so. I mean, can I get a second to process?
Yeah, you're a little quick through the KD. Like, it's clear you don't want that KD to win, but I think I'm going with either on the Herbert or I'm on the Saka.
See, I'm actually not on either of those. I
love that.
I like the Saka play. I think that's intriguing.
I think Saka's great.
Yeah, I like the first two. I like the KD, I like the SGC play, right? People are always bashing that there's no
that's
value
just a
in
plug
SGC.
for your grading.
No, I mean regardless of me or not, right? You take that out of there. But in my head, I'm gonna pick the Brady.
I think the Brady's a good one too.
I'm picking the Brady. I think that's hey, keep the best one, make 5x, sell that. The Saka one's a good play too. They're all good plays, right? These aren't bad plays. These are all great plays. I would pick the Brady.
Listen, if you think I'm taking anything but the Saka play, you clearly
I think
haven't watched
Saka's
a
gonna
single
win.
episode.
Saka's the winner?
Saka.
I think it's all the things we talk about on our show, right? It's
Sure.
like you commit to someone you know, someone you feel really good about. You buy a bunch of them. You sell the ones you don't think are going to grade well. You make your money back on those.
Send them in multiple grading submissions.
Yep, you make 10x on just that, and then you have 3 more coming that you can. Who knows what you're going to get on those?
Yeah, and to your point, the guy he's been watching him play since September. Like, I made this play, sticker play, getting him graded.
Locked in.
Yeah, dialed in.
Yeah, I mean, we could go to the same thing on, the Chris Paul, right?
Chris Paul is really good.
Scouring eBay or the Brady's, buying in bulk, right? So many of these plays were all different things we've talked about. So, yeah, I think they're all great plays.
Good week of play of the week, I think.
Agreed. Shout out to everybody who submitted plays of the week. Again, like Tyler said, we haven't gotten a million of them, so really do appreciate the people that are spending time and sending those to us. Can't thank you guys enough. But that is all we got for Play of the Week this week. Again, Play of the Week is brought to you by eBay, your number one spot for all things cards and collectibles. All right, as we wrap it up this week, got latest launch. I don't think there's any football or basketball this week. I think it's only baseball. Sounds like a Lou week.
Probably not.
All right. Select Baseball comes out tomorrow, and then Stadium Club Baseball comes out Friday. You've got some stuff like X-Men Metal Universe, Star Wars Mandalorian Season 2, Leaf Trinity Baseball, and Break King Soccer Premium.
What's Break Kings? I don't even know what that is.
Repack. I think Stadium Club will be fun. Again, we've talked about that before. The photography in that product is probably one of the best in cards.
And if I think back to the last release, if I remember correctly, there's usually one or two cards that end up popping that people are getting in breaks for, $20, $30, and they can sell the card for like $200. So there's definitely usually something that come out of there that does well that weekend.
So Ty, Lou, before we wrap it up, let's leave the listeners with a piece of advice or a tip, because we're 5 weeks from the National. What's one tip today? Let's give a tip at the end of each show for the next 4 weeks.
I like that. I like this.
What's a tip you'd give someone going to the National? What's a tip you'd give them right now, knowing you're 5 weeks away? What tip you giving them?
Wow, I'm on the spot right now.
I know what I'm trying to articulate. It's know what you want to leave the show with. Know what you want to accomplish on the way.
Have a plan.
Have a plan, because you're more likely to execute on it. Reason being, it can be so overwhelming. You go in and the overload of opportunities.
Agreed.
Potential.
Yep.
Not sure what to do. And hours will go by and you haven't made any plays. Go in with a plan and leave a little bit room for some extra sprinkle on top based on what you see.
Love it. So Ty, I'm working on creating. I've did some videos before like these, preparing for the National videos, and I'm working on them again this year. And that's one thing I say is, like, if you don't go in with a plan, like, just think of the time you could spend if you're like, hey, I want to get some Panini silver packs. You got to wait in line for that. Then you want to go get an autographed guest. You got to wait in line for that. Then you want to go get a card graded. You got to wait in line for that. By the time you know it, you're 4 or 5 hours into the day and you've not done a single thing other than those 3 things. If you don't have a plan, you walk in and it's overwhelming. I think that's so true. That's great advice.
I think anything involving a line this year, you're gonna have to get there first thing in the morning and commit to 1 line a day.
So that is my advice. My tip or trick would be, if you are planning on going multiple days, look at the VIP packages. The Super VIP includes a parking pass across the street, which is $15 per day to park. The pass is $199 pre-ordered. $15 a day for 5 days is what, $75? That's $125 after. You get double the VIP packs. So they're going to give out like a little, I'm sure Panini and Topps and all these companies will do these little promo packs you get if you're a VIP, right? So you get double those. And with the VIP or Super VIP package, you get in 30 minutes early. That means getting in line at those places first. That means going to the VIP night on Wednesday, which I'll talk about. That means, not waiting in general admission line for hours to get in when everybody's dying to get into the show. The VIP packages are worth the money if you're not going for just one day.
I can't wait to see Ryan in his bag.
Oh my God, he's gonna be out of control at the show. You know how we don't see him in Dallas? I don't expect to see Ryan the whole week.
Not once.
We'll see him at night for the recordings, and that's it.
The words are minimal. He is just
minimal. He shrugs us off. He's really busy. He's walking around with his little suitcase.
Hey, you want to see what I got? Sure, I'll take a look.
Yeah,
nice cards you have here.
Yeah, I'm buying for the shop right now.
Yeah. I just did a couple. I just did a couple buys. All right now. And then all of a sudden comes back, boom! Just made the biggest buy of my career. I'm like, okay, all right, I don't. Focus.
Lou, leave him with something good. What do you got?
As a tip
or advice,
or a trick, maybe a trick.
My tip would be, make sure you see every table. Don't miss out on a table, because you're going to come across things like Ryan and Tyler were saying. You're going to come across a lot of things. You're going to be overwhelmed, but make sure you take the time to go see every table, because there could be something that you are completely missing out on. I'm the opposite of you guys. I hate having a plan when I go into a show because I get too locked in. But
you're more of a feel it out guy.
More of a feel it out, see what's going to happen, see what's in front of my face, and buy the things in front of my face. But I feel like if you miss a table, you can miss out on something really, really interesting. So I would make sure you make a point to go to every table. I would argue go to every table every day. That's my opinion, but make sure you see everything.
I have a box of, I think, EPL Prism at home. and a box of
And
NFL Prism. And I want
Yes.
to do a giveaway. We're going to do
Okay.
another break. So if you've watched this far into the episode, tweet at 1:37 p.m. saying 5 weeks till national. And you're going to be entered in to I believe it's the most recent NFL Prism.
Yeah.
And we're going to break it. And I'm going to send it out in a much more timely manner because now I have a workshop, aka my apartment.
How far away are we?
5, 4, and 6 days when the episode releases.
It's exciting.
Yeah.
I haven't thought about it till now.
I'm looking forward to the fall. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah. Good. And
That's all I got for now, guys.
Peace.